is Henry Bruce, class of 76. He will be presented by David Sherman, class of 77.
Is that your speech? How many
Yeah.
pages is
It's
that?
not too- it's not too-
I hope the font's big.
It is.
I promise this will be short, because all you people looking at me make me nervous. The time I spent at Cole afforded me with the opportunity and the pleasure of meeting and getting to know so many remarkable and wonderfully talented souls. And because of those acquaintances to this day, I feel fortunate and blessed. One of the souls we are here to honor today, Mr. Henry Bruce, class of 76. The legend of Henry Bruce began the summer of 1974. The moment he set foot on the Cole campus, I imagine he set foot on the campus with a song in his heart, because Henry really loved his music. Oh boy, did he love his music. You could hear it blasting all the way down the halls on either end, even if you were in the other dorm. After the program, I'll return those albums I borrowed from you and send them. Consistency, determination, and desire to push the envelope are qualities I believe drive success. Add to that modesty, sincerity, compassion for others, and you have the essence of Hen B, as we called him, or Hank, as some of his teammates affectionately remember him. Henry joined the Cole basketball program his junior year under Don Toome, and during his 2-year career as a Cole Hawk, he tallied 380 points each season, and finished in the top 12 for free throws made, attempted, rebounds, field goals made, points scored. He made 11 of 13 free throws in a game against Carleton, which actually set a record for that time. I think he finished second in the conference, or second in school history. He was named team MVP and first team All Midwest Conference his junior year. He was first team All Midwest Conference his senior year. And the Cole Hawks was ranked number 1, by the way, in the nation that year. That was a first. It also earned the Cole Hawks a trip to the second round of the 1975 NCAA tournament. I earlier mentioned that Henry loved his music. What I failed to disclose was that he was also a self-proclaimed balladeer. He was a key member of a campus soul vocal group called Sermon in the Twilight. Now, he doesn't like to talk about this much for good reason. Henry retired from the United Parcel Service in 2012 after 35 years of service as a human resources benefits analysis for the Ohio Valley District. He now lives a serene life in Indianapolis with his lovely wife, Vicki Scott Bruce, class of 78, and they have 2 sons, Duran and Travis. Ladies and gentlemen, for his outstanding contributions to Cole Hawk athletics, I am honored and welcome my friend Henry Bruce, Hank, into the Cole College Athletic Hall of Fame.
First of all, I'd like to thank my friend Dave Sherman for being my presenter. Dave came all the way from LA to be here with me, and I appreciate it very much. When my son spent a month in LA completing his internship at Indiana University at the Harvey Mason Music Studios, Dave was kind enough to provide room and board for Travis, which turned out to be a great situation for him. I would like to thank the Hall of Fame committee for selecting me into the Hall of Fame. I do, however, feel that every member of that team should be up here with me. So I'm going to name them all real quick. Steve Otteson, Barry Ernst, Leonard Cooper, Gary Archie, Craig Harberts, Dave Hoyt, Richard Holland, Bill Vinson, Donald Stevenson, and Michael Maloney. Unfortunately, we lost 2 members of that team, Richard Holland and Michael Maloney, and I just wanted to acknowledge them, give them a special acknowledgement. I almost left Cole after I arrived because of these events that happened on my first day. My stereo was stolen from the Greyhound employees. This is all the first day that I was here. I went to the admissions office, and a member of a rival fraternity who was assisting new students to their dorm rooms took me up to the 5th floor of Green, which was a prank. They politely escorted me back to the admissions office, and I ended up in the study hall on the 1st floor of Green. Then I went to EB to let off some steam. After I played about 3 games, I showered, and I discovered that my gym clothes were stolen, even my athletic support. Still somebody's jock's. My only hope is that this item is hanging in someone's man cave with a note saying, "This once belonged to Henry Bruce, class of 1977. I want to give special thanks to Steve Otteson, Kevin Kiley, and Barry Ernst, and here's the reason why. The first Knox game in 1974-75, I was literally blindsided by the assassin Knox put in the game to take me out. I was having a great game up to that point, and then it happened. I got hit, and I saw stars for the first time in my life. I believe it was a headbutt. We lost the game. They took me to the emergency room after the game. Had 8 stitches. And that is when the coaching staff discovered I was blind in my right eye. I never saw the assassin coming. So the coaching staff started looking at previous stats, and they ascertained why I shot so well on the right side of the court and horrible on the left side, which is why from that point on, I was always on the right side of the basketball court. So in essence, I took away part of Steve and Barry and Kevin's game, which enhanced my game because of their selfless acts for the betterment of the team. They were able to roam, if they were able to roam freely on both sides of the floor, I'm sure their stats would reflect that, and they might be standing here instead of me. So a special thanks to Kevin, Barry, and Steve for being team players. I want to thank the coaching staff of Coach Don Toon, Colonel James Lee, and Randy Coleman. Under the leadership of Coach Toon, the coaching staff took me under their wing when my mother passed away during basketball season in 1975. I lost some focus after flying back home for her funeral and returning to school a few days later. The coaching staff came to my dorm room on occasion, and I was able to refocus and still graduate on time in 1976. I would also like to thank the student body and fans who supported our team, as well as the cheerleaders and the band that got me motivated before every home game. Lastly, on the cover of the 1976 April edition of the Coke Courier is a photo of me shooting a jump shot, again on the right side of the court. Leonard Coupin is positioning himself for an offensive rebound. While I was still working at UPS, about 7 years ago, our health and safety manager, Steve Gorley, rushed into my office indicating that he saw this photo of me in one of the Amish communities in the back roads of Iowa. He was visiting his son who had since moved to Cedar Rapids, and he said it was hanging on the wall. He said he offered them up to $50 for the courier, but the gentleman would not sell. So, when I return to Indianapolis, I'm going to call Steve and ask him if by chance was there an athletic supporter next to my phone with this caption saying, "This once belonged to Henry Bruce, class of 1976. We will have our answer then. Thank you.